Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're gonna get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So today was a tough day overall in the markets. We had a major sell-off and a lot of our penny stocks did feel the wrath of that down day. Starting looking at TSNPD, that had a very nice run today, but we did close out the day with extraordinary selling. And so overall, we are still extremely bullish here on HUMBL, well above our SMAs, still in our wedge, and we expect it to trade in this channel for the next couple weeks. HUMBL actually just posted a video on their YouTube channel talking about and showing us how to actually subscribe to their block ETXs. And so if you guys want me to have a reaction video to that, let me know in the comments. But that was a pretty cool video that I did see, and I do expect them to keep updating their YouTube, and the more content they put out, that is just going to add more conviction to myself to hold for the long term. And so overall, we were only down 3.27%. We are still trading in our wedge. Everything is still tip top here with TSNPD, soon to be HMBL in the next couple days. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL here on the 30-minute time frame. So we got crushed today, down 7%, below our level of support, and we got rejected by our 50 SMA. And so that was a lot of bearish price action that hit us all at once. On our daily time frame, if we look at our MACD, this is not looking good. So it looked like we got rejected off of our signal line, and now we are heading to a negative MACD. So we could see a lot more downside pressure here on SNDL in the short term. And so this would be an area where you should be watching to cut losses if you did buy in this range. The trajectory for our MACD does look like it's starting to swing down, and so it does not look the hottest right now for SNDL. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the daily time frame. We had a very tough day here in IGEN as well, down 3.85%, but we closed below our 50 SMA, and so that was a very tough close. It was on low volume, so that is one positive thing to take from this. A lot of our red days have been coming on low volume. We are starting to level down. We should expect some news to come out in the short term for IGEN and see a pickup in volume. Right now, you could see this low volume lets us know that there are no buyers and there are no sellers, and so we are kind of at that accumulation zone. And so as long as we are above this, we are bullish. And so if IGEN can't claw its way back above this 50 SMA, we should start to see some back tests here of these lower ranges on our 100 and 200 day SMA. Next stock of the day, we're looking at WDLF on the 30-minute time frame. So I mentioned yesterday, I would not be surprised at all if we break down from our uptrend line and we carry out the pattern of this wedge. That would also mean that our 50 SMA would creep in. And so I really like the price action here on WDLF. I would not mind it getting a little bit lower here so I can scoop up some more shares, and then we carry out, bounce off our 50 and continue our uptrend. So everything still looks very nice here on WDLF, even though we were down today. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGI here on the 30-minute time frame. So we got crushed again, down almost 8%. We are still now trading in no man's land. So we broke down from our uptrend line, which was bearish, but now we are trading between our 50 and our 100-day SMA. And so right now we are trading in no man's land. If I look on the daily time frame, our MACD is now negative. It does still show no signs yet of a curl up. Our RSI still has a little bit more room to the downside. And so now I would not be surprised at all if we find some base here at our 100-day SMA at the rate we are trading right now. Next stock of the day, looking at MJNA on the daily time frame. So we had a nice comeback day today, up 7.42%. We had an extraordinary sell-off yesterday, and so we clawed our way right back above our uptrend. So that's extremely bullish. Our next move right now is to break past this level of resistance and get back above our 50 SMA. And so you guys already know I'm long MJNA for at least the next 3 years. And so right now, these are just levels that we have to deal with, day-to-day swings. But in the short term, we really need to break past this level of resistance. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI on the daily time frame. So we were down about 11%, another tough day here. And so we did close below our 50, but we are still holding this key level of support. So this is a very key level of support. We really need to hold this level, or else we will see a lot more downside. And I would not be surprised at all if we get another back test of our 100-day SMA. So if you're watching this and you're in this, I would have stop losses very tightly set here on this level of support at around 6 cents. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR. And so Sun Hydrogen down 14%, another tough day. down and below our 100 SMA. And so this is extremely bearish on our daily. Our MACD is still negative, and it does look like we're potentially crossing back down. And so that should lead to more downside here on HYSR. And so I do expect us to get back down to this level here at around 7-8 cents. And so there's still a lot more downside risk here for HYSR. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ACDC on the daily time frame. So we're down 6% today, and now all I can see on this chart is this gap. And so until this gap gets filled, I don't think ACDC is a buy yet. So this consolidation was very nice and dandy, but this right here is not nice and dandy, and so this needs to get filled sooner rather than later. So if we just start to make our way back up, this becomes a very strong shorting candidate, because we need this gap filled right here. And until we do, I would not be buying ACDC. And so I'm glad I found this and noticed this, because I know there are going to be people watching this. And so this is still a level that we are going to watch very closely, because this 27 cents level is a buy zone for ACDC. And so since this gap is not filled, we are not buying ACDC just yet. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HIGHT on the daily time frame. So HIGHT was down 3.41%. I did expect us to fill this gap to the downside today, but we did not get it just yet. We got it down to about 83 cents. We need to get to 82, and so that should happen in the next couple days. We had very great news come out of HITIF today, closing the acquisition of Smoke Cartel, now having two of the largest e-commerce platforms in the United States to sell accessories related to cannabis as well as product. And so having a nice little foothold and creating a larger footprint in the United States should do well for a Canadian company that sells cannabis. And so HITIF, a lot of great moves, a lot of great news coming out. Management is always doing its best to keep us up to date, letting us know about certain bills that are about to get passed or we need to get passed to make the path a little bit easier here for a lot of these cannabis plays. And so again, y'all already know HITIF is my favorite cannabis play of them all. Look for this gap to fill here at 82 cents, and let's just carry on this momentum. Our MACD crossed over, and so right now we are looking bullish once we fill this gap at 82 cents. There you guys have it. That was our quick little update on all of our penny stocks. And so today was a very tough day in the markets, but some of our stocks held up very nice, which is great to see for myself. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. It's Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.